If you're not getting quality matches and quality dates from the dating apps, then you're likely making one or more of 7 major mistakes that guys make on the apps, and you don't even know what they are. I call these the 7 deadly sins of online dating. In this video, I'm going to reveal what these 7 deadly online dating sins are that men commit on the apps that leads to getting ghosted, lack of matches, lack of dates, crushed confidence, frustration, and basically makes you want to throw your phone in the river. So it's time for you to stop doing online dating wrong and start getting great matches, great dates, and find your dream girlfriend from the dating apps, just like I found mine. I'm dating coach Connell Barrett, the real life hitch. I'm the founder of datingtransformation.com and the author of the best-selling book, Dating Sucks, But You Don't, a dating guide for men. And I help guys gain confidence, learn to flirt, and get a great girlfriend. And do this all by being authentic. No pickup artist, toxic bullshit needed. This is about being your best, most authentic self. So let's do it. Let's count down the 7 deadly online dating sins and stick around to the very end, because we're counting down to the biggest mistake of all at number 1. And when you fix that one, everything is going to change for you. More matches, more dates. So let's get to it. The 7th deadly sin of online dating, it's failing to look at your profile like a piece of digital marketing. Most guys don't think of it this way. You might think of online dating as, oh, it's dating. It's not dating until you meet that girl, until you have that date. Up until then, when you're swiping and creating your profile, it's marketing. Your online dating profile is a piece of marketing, so you need to look at it that way and look at it like an effective digital marketer. There are 2 things that an effective digital marketer does when they're trying to get an audience to pay attention to them. That message has to be disruptive and it has to be valuable to the audience. And you need to think of your online dating profile the same way. Does it have real value to offer my type of girl? Does it get her out of her swiping hypnosis? A woman on a dating app, she's swiping, she sees the same kinds of photos and prompts and bios all the time. You need to get her to pay attention to you by disrupting her swiping pattern and also showing her some value. So think of this video right now that you're watching. Why are you watching this video? Something about my message disrupted you out of your YouTube surfing pattern. And also, I'm conveying to you some value that I want to bring to your life. Matches, dates, love, sex, a girlfriend. That has real value to you. Similarly, when you create your profile, you've got to think of your profile like a piece of marketing. How can I get women to pay attention to me, disrupt them out of their swiping hypnosis? And how can I show a very high value, attractive version of myself to show her what I bring to the table? Okay, here's a quick tip to help with the 7th deadly sin. Ask yourself, what do I offer? What's a really amazing, cool thing that I bring to the dating table? What that might be. You have a steady job? Do you have a cool hobby? For me, one of my best prompts ever was I wrote on Hinge, I make a bourbon-infused French toast that will make you swoon. Basically, I'm saying, hey, I'm the kind of guy that if I'm your boyfriend, I'm gonna make you breakfast. You're gonna love it. We're gonna have French toast together. That paints a picture for the value you bring to her dating table, so to speak. So that is the 7th deadly sin. Ask yourself, what is one specific cool thing about you that you bring to the table, and how can you write that or convey that on your profile? Here is the 6th deadly sin of online dating, which is not conveying your most authentic, attractive self. I'll say that again, because dating success, if I had to boil all of this down into a few words, it comes down to the authentic avatar, the authentic version of you that you present to a woman. And if she likes your type, she's gonna be into you and she's gonna wanna date you. But most guys don't know how to convey that authentic, attractive self. Basically, they water themselves down. Their profile hides their true self. You don't lean into that, what I call radically authentic version of you. And because the bottom line is there's millions and millions of single men out there, but there's only one you with your point of view, your sense of humor, your life story. You are literally 1 in a billion. You're a singular man. And we want to make sure that that authentic, attractive self is coming out on your profile. Because if your profile looks like everybody else's, same boring selfies, same lame info like, I like The Office, I like Community, so does everybody else on the planet. You want to convey that authentic, attractive, specific version of you that's going to really speak to your type of woman. So here's a quick tip to help you do that. Ask yourself, what's a photograph of you doing something that you're passionate about and that is authentic to you? Think passion and authenticity coming together, and either find or take a photo of you doing that thing. So it's got to be authentic. It's got to be something you're passionate about. And ideally, it's something that is visual. So for example, I have a photo of me crushing a forehand on the tennis court because I'm a tennis nerd. I love tennis. So I have a photo of me playing tennis on my profile. I've got a photo of me in coach mode, coaching one of my clients and helping him. Women are fascinated by that because it's specific and authentic to me. So what is something you're passionate about, something that you can photograph, put that on your profile, because that's going to project not that watered down wine spritzer version of you, but that's going to project an authentic, attractive, specific version of you. And then your profile becomes one in a billion, not looking like all the other ones. Here's the 5th deadly sin of online dating: lacking fun, humor, or playfulness on your profile. You've got to have some fun, some laughs, something to make her smile. Look, if you're 6'3", if you've got six-pack abs and you look like a male model, good for you. I don't have that. I need to lean on other things, like my sense of humor, sense of wit and playfulness. Similarly, you want to make a woman smile. If you can make her smile, if you can make her laugh, that is more valuable than six-pack abs. It's more attractive to women than being great looking. So yeah, if you don't have a six-pack, then you want to have a six-pack sense of humor on your profile. So here's a quick tip. Let me give you a couple of prompts and things I put on my profile that have made women laugh and got them matching with me. One of my favorite prompts is just a silly little sort of dad joke that I stumbled upon that women love. I have a prompt that I've used on Bumble and Hinge many times. I've gotten probably over 100 matches with it. And I write, I won't send you a dick pic, but I might send you a duck pic. It's so stupid. It's my dumb dad joke, authentic sense of humor, but women like that. I've had so many women match with me and say, hey, where's my duck pic? Also, the message I'm sending with that is letting her know I'm not gonna be some creepy, sketchy dude sending you dick pics, but I might send you a duck pic. So that's an example of me using my sense of humor. Ask yourself, what's a fun, witty, interesting way you can convey your sense of humor? It could be as simple as finding your favorite knock-knock joke, your favorite dad joke, your favorite pun. Women love puns. You could do some Googling and find some silly, funny puns or jokes. If you're not the funniest, naturally funniest guy in the world, then that's okay. You could find a great joke that you like online and tell the joke on the prompt. And then say, hey, if you like this joke, we might be a good match. So find a way to make women smile. It is sexier to women than six-pack abs. Find the funny, find the playful. The 4th deadliest online dating sin is a lack of sexuality and flirtatiousness. Basically, it's putting yourself in the friend zone by coming across, both in your photos and your bio and prompts, in a way that's very nice and friendly and safe, but with no sense of flirtatiousness and sexuality. And a lot of guys aren't comfortable putting a little bit of va-va-va-voom out there. It's okay to allude to sex or flirt in some way, shape, or form, because hey, it's a dating app. We're here to connect, to click, maybe to make out, eventually intimacy, sex, relationships, all that great stuff. It's okay to have a little flourish of flirtation and sensuality, if not sexuality, as long as we do it with charm and not vulgarness. Here's a quick tip. You can, one simple way to put some sensuality in your profile is describe a really sexy first date in a prompt. So for example, your first date prompt might be, ideal first date, you and me sharing flirtatious glances at my favorite sexy rooftop bar. So you want to paint a picture of some romance, some sensuality. You can actually go bigger and bolder if you want to, get a little bit more sexual. For example, on my Hinge profile, I once wrote a prompt that read, I will not break your heart, but I might break your headboard. There, I'm putting it out there. I'm just basically saying, we're gonna have an amazing time in bed. That was the only sexual thing in my profile. The rest was very charming and boy next door, but I just wanted women to know, hey, I'm a sexual man. It's okay. That's part of being authentic. It's part of being our true best authentic self. So find a way to put some flirtatiousness, some sexuality in your profile. It might feel a little risky, but it's not. It's normal to flirt. It's a dating app. We're here to date. We're here to flirt. It's okay to hint to sex, even as long as you're not being vulgar and graphic. The third deadliest sin of online dating is sending boring openers. Sending openers that are not interesting, that are boring to her. And then she doesn't respond and she ghosts you. This is the main cause of ghosting. Is you take all that time and energy into creating a good profile to get some matches, and then you send that opener and it's crickets. Total silence. That sucks. It's no fun. The reason why most openers are boring, it's because most guys ask cliched, boring questions that every guy asks. You know, how's your day? What'd you do this weekend? What are you up to? How is Hinge treating you? And that's just not going to compel most women to write you back unless you're her only match. If she's got other options, she's gonna go with the best, most interesting opener. So we wanna go from boring to compelling. Here's a quick tip to do that. What you can do is, one of my favorite ways to open is you notice something on her profile that you like, and you give her a compliment plus a question that's easy for her to answer. It's the compliment plus question opener. And you can do this with virtually any profile. So what you do, you look at her photos, you look at what she writes in her prompts or bio, and you want to find a specific thing to compliment her on besides her physical beauty. We want it to be something a bit more about her interests. Give her a compliment and then ask her a question about it that's easy to answer. So for example, let's say you match with a woman who's into skiing. You might say, hey, that's so cool that you're into skiing. That's awesome. I love how athletic and into adventure sports you are. Compliment. And then you ask a question. What's your favorite place to go skiing? Where do you love to go ski? Because the topic has real relevance to her, she cares about it, she's gonna be much more interested in talking about it and responding to you than if you had just said, hey, how was your weekend? Another example would be, let's say she says she loves horror movies. You might say, hey, I love horror movies too. You have great taste in movies. Glad to hear. And then, hey, what's your favorite Saw movie? Did you like one better, or did you like number two, or whatever your movie question is? So it's so simple. You just find something that she's interested in, you give her a compliment, then ask her a question about it, and you're doing something really smart here, and also generous. You're making her an expert. You're basically saying, I'm gonna make you an expert in this topic that you care about. And that feels good to her, and then she'll be more likely to write you back. Okay, the second deadliest sin of online dating is not knowing how to text. Not knowing what to write, what to text, to go from opener to date. Because guess what? You're gonna wanna swap a handful of text messages back and forth to go from match and opener to you getting her phone number and going out on a date with her. And the biggest mistake men make in texting is they keep things very informational and logical. They ask logical questions or talk purely about information. So here's a quick tip. Here's a great way to make your texting so much more compelling to women and to start getting more dates, is you want to make most of your text messages emotionally infused. They should have some kind of emotion to them, not just be pure information. So for example, instead of asking a woman, hey, where are you from? You might ask her, hey, what did you love most about growing up in Los Angeles? Or instead of saying, how long have you worked at that law firm? That's a factual question. You can instead say, hey, let me ask you, what's your favorite part about being a lawyer? What do you love most about it? So having your text messages have an emotional component to them is a way we give women what they really want more than anything else, which is good emotions, good feelings when messaging back and forth with you. If you get her feeling good from texting with you, it'll be so much easier to then ask her out on the date and then make something good happen on the date. Okay, and here is the number one deadliest sin of online dating. Drum roll, please. Bad photos. And they're, you know what, they're probably not even bad. I would say mediocre photos. Photos that are just okay. Here's how most guys put their photos on their online dating profile. They go through their phone and they go, yeah, I look okay here. Here's a couple photos of me. Here's me hanging out with my buddies. Throw them on his Hinge or his Tinder or his Bumble and just hope that women are gonna match with him. And the bottom line is, if you just grab random photos from your phone, you're not gonna be doing what you need to do, which is create a photo essay that essentially says to women, here's why you should date me. Here is my cool, authentic, awesome life. Don't you want in? That's the combination of photos we want. We don't want just random photos of you from your phone. So, quick tip. Don't just randomly go into your phone and grab a couple of selfies that you think you look good in and then throw one of you and your 4 friends having beers, looking at the camera. Women see these photos all the time and they're gonna swipe left. If you want really good photos and if you want to get matches, you're gonna want to get really good portraits, at least 2 good portraits of you looking well-dressed, smiling authentically, and basically looking as attractive as you can look. And you're also gonna want a series of other photos that show you living your life, doing activities that give women sort of like, it's like you're opening a window into what it would be like for her to be in your life. Get rid of all selfies. Get rid of all photos of you with shades on. Take your shades off and find photos of you where you're well lit, well dressed, and you're out in the world doing something fun and interesting. So that's the number 1 biggest deadly sin. I would say having the right photos on your profile is the single most important match getter for you. It's probably 51 to 75% of matches and dates. It comes from having the right combination of photos. So make sure you fix this number 1 deadliest online dating sin. I want to share a final thought. Quick story. When I first started working on my dating life, I struggled to get matches. I know what it feels like to not get matches. I know what it feels like to get ghosted. I know what it feels like to feel like, hey, maybe I'm just not enough. Maybe girls don't like me. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not cool enough. I'm not what women want. And I was so upset one night that I remember the one girl who had matched with me in 3 months unmatched me. And I was so upset, I threw my phone across the room and broke my phone. I was in so much pain. So I know what it feels like to struggle. Here's the good news. The problem wasn't that I suck. The problem was my photos sucked, my profile sucked, my marketing sucked, but I didn't suck. I'm an awesome guy. And that's what I want to say to you. If you're struggling with online dating, you don't suck. Your profile might suck. The way you text women might suck. Your photos probably could improve, but you're a great guy. You can absolutely improve at online dating. You can get matches, you can get dates, you can get a great girlfriend. I met my amazing girlfriend, Jess, on a dating app. If I can do this, any guy can. So I just want you to know your online dating needs some work, but you are an amazing guy and you are worthy of, and you're gonna get an amazing girlfriend if you want to. Okay, now that you know the 7 biggest online dating mistakes not to make, now you need to make sure you have the right photos to help you get those matches and get those dates. So we want to fix the biggest sin of all, which is poor photos. So click your screen, watch the next video. I'm going to walk you through the 6 game-changing photos that you need to have on your profile, whether you're on Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, or any app, so that you can start getting matches and start getting dates. So click the video on your screen to get these 6 game-changing photos working for you, and I'll see you on the next video.